sun is shining, the birds are singing, and the time has come for us to smell the coffee with Dana Master and Aina Raiza Quayo on this beautiful Thursday morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
How you doing?
How you doing? Because it's Thursday.
I missed Wendy so much.
I hope she's okay.
I hope she's fine too. Like, she made my days when I was younger.
And she was so messy. Wendy was so messy.
Yo, she made my days. I used to watch her show religiously.
Religiously.
Yeah, I hope she's doing well. It's Wendy, it's Juliana Rensix. Those are like the legends that I would always look up to when it comes to the American entertainment landscape.
Okay.
Loved
I think for
Ryan.
me, Ryan Seacrest. Okay. I am more of the Jimmy Fallon. I love Jimmy Fallon.
I also watch
I
Jimmy
am
Fallon
waiting for the day where Jimmy Fallon interviews me. I cannot wait for that day. Like, oh my gosh.
Jimmy Fallon, very, very good. Yeah, man, I mean, it's so funny how we grew up watching TV and now we are on TV.
Be careful what you wish for.
To see how life goes.
This is why they say be careful what you wish for, because it just might come true.
It not might, it probably will come true. It just takes longer
than
you think it would. Like, you would say, oh, I want to be on TV when I grow up. And then it takes you 15 years to get that instant success, instant breakthrough. And you're like, okay. Sometimes, even one of our colleagues was telling me yesterday that when she bought her car, and then she went to a cousin's house, the cousin was like, "Pra, do you remember when we were younger, when we were playing, you said this brand was going to be your first car, and look, it is your first car." And she's like, "Bruh, I didn't even remember that I said something like that."
You know, that's crazy. This is why they say words have power. So you must be careful about how you speak. For example, if you keep saying you have problems, you will have problems.
Yes.
So subconsciously, I know sometimes we say that, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so this, I'm so that, but you're in a way already speaking that into existence. So I think you must always just speak positive things.
Yes.
For example, my first car, unfortunately or fortunately, is going to be either a Maserati or a G-Wagon. That's my toxic trait. Someone was like, how do you go from no car to a G-Wagon? I was like, I serve a big God.
You will see.
You will see.
It will all fall in place.
The dots are connecting, the stars are aligning, it's giving syzygy.
Even just with Zozibini Ntuzi's story, just for her to come from not wanting to enter Miss South Africa
to being Miss Universe,
entering late last minute, to winning and to being Miss Universe.
That's crazy.
Like, things magically just happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes it will just find you if it's for you.
If it's for you. And this is why I say, remember we're having that conversation where I was like, I feel like one day when I'm in my 30s, I'm just going to wake up and be like, I'm going to apply for medical school. I feel like really and truly it's just going to happen. And then we'll laugh about it like, oh my gosh, you used to say.
You're actually a doctor.
No, but Dr. Master sounds so cool. Hi, I'm Dr. Master. That sounds so cool. If not a medical doctor, excuse me, if not a medical doctor, I'll just do my PhD. So I just be like, hi, I'm Dr. Master.
An academic. Smart girls are out.
Smart girlies are up. You're my inspiration when it comes to smart girlies.
Me, I'm not a doctor.
Yet.
Yeah.
Keyword, yet. Yeah, man. Yeah, but really and truly, just, I don't know, speak the things that you want to see into existence. You never know.
I'm such a huge believer of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yesterday, I was even also just listening to a sermon that said you need to declare in your prayers. You need to, and then the man made an example. Apparently, we go to God and we say, oh, you are the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. And just for us finally to go and say, God, this rent, can you make something happen? I've been
Make a way.
Apparently, that's not prayer. You've lamented what you want. But with prayer, you need to declare the word. So it's important.
So it's basically like, I have made the money to pay my rent. Is it something like that?
You need to get the scripture that connects to that, what you want.
I see.
Yes. And then you declare it.
I heard someone say that you pray by saying thank you. Thank you, God, that I have the money to pay my rent this month. Thank you, God, for this car that I'm going to be driving soon. You know, you thank him in advance to
Yeah.
say, you know what, I'm believing in you for this. But I think as humans, it's very difficult to believe something.
That you don't see.
Yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes in your head it makes sense, but then to speak it out loud, it's like, okay, that's a little delulu.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Just do your best to speak positivity into your life because, again, your words do turn into reality. On that note, we're actually going to be talking about someone whose words are turning into a reality. We're going to be talking Tyla after the break.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Starting off our top stories, Mzansi netizens are reacting to Home Affairs and Chidima Adetshina saga. While Miss Universe Nigeria 2024 Chidima Adetshina is preparing to compete in Miss Universe, Home Affairs has revealed that it has started the process to revoke the South African identity and travel documents of the beauty queen and her family. Since the recent developments, which include the matter being handed over to the Hawks for criminal investigation, some South African netizens are now urging the Global Miss Universe organization to get Adetshina barred from the pageant. The beauty queen left South Africa in August to compete in the Miss Universe Nigeria pageant, which she eventually won after she was forced to withdraw from Miss South Africa 2024 amid findings by Home Affairs that her parents could have committed identity fraud when she was born in Soweto. So these are some of the comments that have been making the waves on X. This week, officials from Home Affairs appeared in Parliament where they provided an update on the saga. After much investigation, Adetshina and her Mozambican mother, Annabella Rungo, could face potential fraud charges, officials revealed. Home Affairs revealed on Tuesday that they were done with the investigations and that they would cancel the identity and travel documents of Adetshina and her family after they failed to respond to the Monday deadline they were given to make a presentation explaining why they should keep their South African documents. Home Affairs also revealed that they have now handed over the matter to the Hawks. In August, Chidima told Nigerian media she would not return to South Africa.
That's good. Don't return to that country.
They don't love you, Chomi. They don't love you.
Also, why should she be punished for her parents'
This is what
crimes?
I was saying. She was a baby when this fraud was committed.
She doesn't know. Why
She doesn't know.
why should she be removed from Miss Universe?
Exactly.
I think South Africans are just overly obsessed with her. It's
I think
not
so.
necessary.
I think so. I think it's one of those things where they didn't think. I think they feel threatened that she may actually win over South Africa.
I hope she wins.
I hope so
actually.
too. I hope so
she
too.
wins.
So that she can just rub it in their faces, like, you know what, you may have tried to pull me down, but
here I am. Because it's not her fault.
It's really
she
not.
was a baby. Like, why are you dragging her over and over and over and over?
She left your country. She left Miss Universe South Africa. She left Miss South Africa.
The crimes. Why are you so obsessed
she
with
withdrew from Miss South Africa.
Exactly.
She left their country. Why are you still obsessed with her? Leave the girl alone.
But nonetheless, from one South African story to another one, when Tyla said, I want the world to be able to say the biggest pop star is from South Africa, she was not kidding. As the young piano sensation's career has been on an upward trajectory since her hit song Water went global. It appears her debut album Tyla has surpassed Beyonce's Cowboy Carter as the 7th best-selling album released in 2024. In June 2021, the 19-year-old posted via X that her goal is for people to be able to say that the biggest pop star is a South African, which would be herself. It appears she is well on her way to achieving this goal as she continues to climb higher and higher in the industry. 2 weeks after releasing the deluxe edition of her debut album, the young star has reached unprecedented streaming numbers, which have placed her a spot above Beyonce, who is arguably currently the biggest and most influential artist in the world.
Tyler, you better watch your back. You better watch your back.
Why?
You know how everyone on social media is going crazy and saying that Beyonce is after anyone who's going to be bigger than her. Yeah, so girl, just be careful. Even Jason Derulo had like a little meme where someone was like, "Oh, Jason, your song is the biggest thing right now," and then he comes in and he says, "But I'd like to thank Beyonce. B, my girl, you're the biggest, you're the best." I was like, y'all are doing too much on this internet.
I'm so proud of Tyler. I mean, people said so many things about her. She was an industry plant. She was what? She's not talented enough. That just shows me that you as an audience, as a fan, you're not God. God will decide our destinies.
That's the thing. Yep, exactly. If something is meant for you, it will find you.
Yep.
You don't have to manipulate. I mean, even if they did manipulate, it's fine. If it was
It
in her
found her.
destiny, that's what it was meant to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, that brings us to the end of our top stories. After the break, we are talking all things art. Stick around. Today on Smell the Coffee, we're meeting the man who put the X in Soul Express. I'm joined by Mr. Solve X. How are you doing today?
Hi Diana. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so just start us off by telling us a little bit about Soul Express. What is it?
Okay, well, Soul Express is a platform that I established 2 years ago, 2023. I designed it to be a space where emerging artists, not so much established artists, but artists that I have seen myself and that are recommended to me, and you know, in all disciplines, in all mediums, whether poets, dancers, singers, you know, producers. And I tried to create a space where they can showcase these emerging talents to an audience and connect with an audience and form some kind of a community online and at live events and exhibitions, in short.
All right, I see. All right, so what inspired the theme, Creating Tomorrow, Navigating New Horizons, for this edition of Soul Express?
Well, I think the world and, you know, Namibia is at a place where in all industries there's a very transformative air in everything. You know, things are changing, and it's difficult to navigate for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. For a lot of people, especially of a younger generation, they kind of just go and fall into it. So I guess it's trying to create the idea of navigating the changes especially in the arts industry. You know, there's a lot of aspects that are new and unprecedented, things like AI, and people don't really understand it. They just know it's there and it's there to stay. Yeah. So that is kind of the inspiration behind Creating Tomorrow, you know, navigating new horizons.
Yeah, I mean, we really do have to navigate, especially when it comes to AI and art. I, for one, am that person that is like, you know. So I think, it will be great to know and learn a little more. So can you tell us about the significance of this event for the Namibian arts and creative community?
Well, yes. So firstly, as I mentioned, I really need the artists to be empowered. I think artists have had a lot of, since the beginning of, not the beginning of artistry, but let me say since Namibia's independence, for example, artists have always taken up different roles. There were always different expectations. First, artists in like theater and so forth were one of the forces that fought for liberation, you know. And then it became a sense of just talking about contemporary issues like gender-based violence and so forth. You know, so it's always taking on a different cloth, you know, a different form, and different things are always expected of artists, and that also relates to my establishment of Soul Express, whereby the artist gets empowered. They can resonate and showcase who they are, what they represent, and why they're doing what they're doing
and
for.
why artists are important, because I think
exactly
a lot of people forget that artists are actually important. For a lot of people, art is just a hobby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think for society to function,
Yes.
to have some level of color to it, arts and artists need to exist, and platforms like Soul Express that provide these artists with voices need to exist, and they need to be supported. They need to grow. Yeah, that's just one reason. And then another reason would be creating a space. Again, there's a lot of changes, right? And a lot of people are very insecure with whatever they do in whichever artistic or creative medium. Some say that if AI can do what I can do, let me go look for another job.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
go look for something else that cannot be replaced by,
AI,
AI, for example. So this also creating a live event. I don't know, maybe an Optimus bot can, but I don't think a robot can stand in front of people and perform, or showcase their art or talk about their art.
With authenticity.
With authenticity
Yeah.
and that humanness to
Yes,
it,
that
you know?
human interaction,
Yeah.
that human relation.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, how did you choose the panelists and performers for this event, and what makes each of them stand out?
Well, yes. So there's a lot of there's a relationship, and there's a good relationship between the arts industry and the media industry in general, and I think it kind of falls under the same umbrella. So my idea was to pick practitioners from both sides of the field, you know. So people like Aina Cuello, for example, this is someone who academically has gone through media, and professionally she MCs events and so forth. So she kind of blends into both worlds of, you know, having been in front of people, having represented yourself in different capacities, whether it's in the media or in the arts. And then you have people like Jemima Debele, for example. She's the founder of Jiggy Jamboree, which is a poetry
Event, yes.
similar to Soul Express, but I think it's more oriented towards poetry only. And you know, and she works in the media as well, so it's a dabble between two worlds. I have someone like Dino from the College of the Art. He has a master's degree in performing arts, and right now he works in theater. And then I have Philemon Dongo, who is also someone that is involved in theater. I think he works with NTN, and he has also been in the film industry for quite some time. So I just wanted to get that.
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, a mixed, and you know, and to kind of converge different insights, you know, that come from different walkways, you know.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So, of course, the discussion is mostly centered around AI,
Yes.
right? And the panelists are going to discuss the role of AI in the creative process. What are your thoughts on the impact of AI in the arts?
Well, firstly, it's not solely centered around AI.
Yes, but it is the conversation that
It is one of the conversations that are very essential to the whole event. But then holistically, I think it just dabbles into things like developing yourself, social media, you know, developing yourself as an artist, branding, marketing, so forth and so on. And AI, what are my thoughts? I don't know what to think, to be honest. Every day I open my social media accounts, there's always something, I think it's becoming very difficult for science fiction writers and movie producers to come up with new ideas, because everything that is science fiction is reality now.
It's reality now,
so
exactly.
It's a very difficult thing to kind of anticipate, especially if you're not involved or directly, you know, you don't have
affected by it.
you know, or you don't have the expertise and understanding how far it's actually moving, because people don't actually understand how fast it's actually moving, you know, and a lot of people are still left behind. A lot of people still us are here with ChatGPT, the first version of it. Wow, you know, these things happening out there in the world that we are not aware of. So yeah, my answer is I'm not really sure what to expect from AI.
Okay.
Because it always something new comes up. It's always beyond my expectations.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how does Soul Express contribute to sustainable development and branding in the creative sector?
Well, yes. Sustainable development. I feel like the artists should find a medium and a way to be able to not only create and release their projects, but sort of make a living out of it.
I see.
And sustain that for as long as they possibly can, you know, because yeah, I guess there's that notion that it's a dying, how would I put it? It's a dying form, or it's a dying form of making a living.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that sustenance, I think it's very essential, and then branding. You know, you as an artist, your work is a brand, and it's extended by you yourself. You become as a personality, as the artist separated from the art. You are a brand, and you have to represent yourself in whichever capacity you take on. So I think, yeah, that's also one of the topics of discussions for the Creating Tomorrow, and yeah.
All right. Okay. So what do you hope attendees will take away from this event?
I want people to feel inspired.
Oh, lovely.
I think that's
that's the priority.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want people to feel inspired. Not only artists, because I've realized with Soul Express, attendees are not only artists. You know, I find people that have never written a poem or done anything artistic in their lives, and after the events, they come to me saying, "This make me feel seen." You know. Because that's the artist's job.
Yes.
To resonate with people in a society, and you know.
And let people feel things that they otherwise would never have felt. Yeah.
If you sit in an office all day, I'm not talking down on any other industry, for example, but you're an accountant. You sit in an office. Where do you get that sense of feeling like
an expression and
know,
freedom
and hearing, besides perhaps listening to music, you know, on digitally, you know.
Yeah.
But then just, you know, experiencing
other forms of art and
other forms of art.
appreciating other forms of art.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So finally, how can people get involved or support Soul Express in future editions?
Well, Soul Express, to be honest, is still in its infancy. It's still in. I feel like there's a long way to go. But how do I get people to, or how do I keep it on? I would really love people to be more interactive with the platform.
All right.
Especially, you know, social media. Again, it's becoming the hub where I think a lot of business and
everything is happening.
Everything's happening there.
Yeah.
Everyone is turning towards social media. So I think this is one of the key elements which I want Soul Express to grow through or from. You know, the social media, the internet in general, the website, and so forth. So I want to get more traffic, so that the more people that can have knowledge of Soul Express as a platform and as a brand, this also gives light to the artists that are going to be showcased here, you know, because as soon as it creates like a strong name or brand for itself, any artist that is associated with that, any talent that is associated with that will automatically gain that exposure and that recognition, you know, whether it's from industry leaders, whether it's from people that want to hire artists or book artists.
Or people that just appreciate the arts.
Exactly, you know.
All right.
Exactly.
Okay, so finally, when is this event? Where is it taking place? Where can we get tickets? What's happening?
All right, so can I invite you to my event?
Sure.
It's taking place on Saturday, the 2nd of November, at the Space Theatre at the University of Namibia.
Oh, I'm a Space Theatre baby. That's where I live. That's where Diana the artist was born.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, yeah. So if you want to see who else is following in your footsteps, here's your chance. Yeah, and it's taking place from 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. on Saturday. So yeah, if you want to RSVP, or if you want contact for directions or any other relevant information, you can check out our social media accounts. You find the posters.
That's Soul Express, of course.
Soul Express.
Okay.
Soul_Express_ on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So we're looking forward to it. All the best with your event. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be very inspiring, and people are going to have a lot to take away from that event.
Yeah.
All right, we look forward to it. Stick around. We'll be right back with more Smell the Coffee. That's a wrap from us this week. Tomorrow, Glenora will be taking you through, and of course, we'll be back again on Monday. Do enjoy yourselves.